Hello children, in this video we will learn about the power resources of India, social science for class 10 students. So what is power resource? Any source of energy that generates or produces a motion or any driving force is known as power resource. Energy. The capacity to do work or a force that produces an activity is known as energy. There are two traditional sources of energy used in abundance in rural India. They are firewood and cow dung cake. But they are declining because of the increase in the destruction of forest area and increase in the activities of agriculture with increase in the population. So we need to find out an alternative source of energy to replace firewood and cow dung cake. Humans used a variety of energy sources to do work, which includes fossil fuels, geothermal energy, tidal energy, solar energy, biogas, and so on. So all those sources of energy can be classified into two. First, conventional sources. The sources of energy are exhaustible. Once used, cannot be replaced. Thus cause environmental pollution. Thus are expensive at the same time. Common examples are coal, petroleum, thermal electricity, firewood, natural gas, and so on. Second, non-conventional sources. The sources of energy are non-exhaustible. Thus can be renewed in a short period. Thus do not cause environmental pollution, and they are cheap at the same time. So they are also known as the free gift of nature. Examples are solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, biogas, geothermal energy, and so on. Next topic, conventional sources of energy. The first example we have is coal, commonly known as black gold. Coals are found in the sedimentary rock formed by decaying of plant materials compressed over millions of years. Under pressure and heat, these plant matters underwent chemical and physical changes, pushing out oxygen and leaving rich carbon deposits. What had been plant gradually turned into gold. Classification of gold based on the content of oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen. The lowest grade we have is peat. Next, lignite, bituminous, and anthracite. Anthracite is considered to be the best quality of gold. Gold is the most abundant fossil fuel. 1/3 of the energy used throughout the world comes from gold. Heavy industries or thermal power stations are located on or near the gold fields to cut down the cost and problems of transportation. That is because gold are heavy and bulky in nature. Number 2, petroleum. Petra means rock, oleum means oil, which literally means rock oil formation. Tiny sea plants and animals died and were buried on the ocean floor. Over time, they were covered by layers of sediment and rock, burying the remains deeper and deeper. In the presence of enormous heat and pressure, the remains turned into oil and gas. Uses of petroleum. It serves as a major source of power for vehicles, provides lubricating agents. It serves as a nodal industry for textile, fertilizers, and chemical industries on account of various byproducts obtained during refineries. Indian oil reserves are associated with anticlines and fault traps in the sedimentary rock of the tertiary age. That is between 66 to 2.6 millions of years ago. You can check out the figures of anticlines and fault traps below. Oldest oil refinery started working way back in 1901 at Digboi in Assam. Altogether, we have 18 refineries in India. Mumbai High produces 63%, Gujarat 18%, and Assam 16%. Number 3. Natural gas. It is a clean energy because it emits less amount of carbon dioxide to our environment when in use, found associated with or without petroleum. So if it is associated with petroleum, it is known as associated gas or wet gas. So if it is not associated with petroleum, then it is known as non-associated gas or dry gas. On the market, natural gas is usually bought and sold not by volume but by calorific value. It is used as a source of energy as well as an industrial raw material in petrochemical industry. Gas supply for use in household is LPG, liquefied petroleum gas, and gas used for running vehicles is CNG, compressed natural gas. India produced about 31.90 billion cubic meters of natural gas in 2016 to 17. 3/4 from Mumbai High, 10% from Gujarat, 7% from Assam, and remaining from Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Tripura, and Rajasthan. Next, we have is electricity. We all know that electricity is one of the most important components for the progress and prosperity of a nation. Electricity is generated mainly in two ways. First, hydroelectricity. Electricity is generated by fast flowing water. It is renewable source of energy, cause no pollution. It is being produced with the help of the multi-purpose project like Bagra Nangal, Narmada Valley, Damodar Valley Corporation, and so on. Second we have is thermal electricity. Here, electricity is generated by consuming fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, and natural gas to drive the turbines. It is considered non-renewable and it caused environmental pollution, and there are over 310 thermal power plants in India. Examples: Loktak, Ukai, Talcher, and so on. Now we'll go with the examples of non-conventional sources of energy. 1. Nuclear or atomic energy. Atomic energy is generated by splitting nuclear substances such as the atoms of uranium, thorium, plutonium, and so on under controlled conditions. Uranium and thorium are found in Jharkhand and in the Aravalli range of Rajasthan. There are 6 nuclear power stations in India. Number 2. Solar energy. In this method, sunlight and sun heat are used to produce electricity with the help of photovoltaic and solar thermal plant. India, being located in the tropical zone, has vast solar potential. Largest solar plant of India is located at Madhapur near Bhuj. It is environment friendly. It can be a great help in replacing firewood and cow dung cake in rural areas of India or villages of India. Number 3 we have is tidal energy. Oceanic tides are used to generate electricity. Gulf of Kachchh, Sunderbans Delta and Khambhat are some ideal locations for generating or producing tidal energy. Number 4. Wind energy. India now ranks as a wind superpower in the world. With the help of windmill, wind energy is being produced. It is successfully used in Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and Gujarat. Largest wind farm is located in Tamil Nadu from Nagarcoil to Madurai. Number 5, geothermal energy. This refers to the heat and electricity produced by using the heat from the interior of the earth. A large number of hot springs are located in India, but out of this, only 2 experimental projects have been set up, that is in the Parvati Valley near Manikaran in Himachal and in the Puga Valley, Ladakh. Number 6, biogas. Shrubs, farm waste, animal and human waste are used to produce biogas in biogas plant. It is commonly known as gobar gas plant. It is one of the most important means of energy in the rural areas of India. Conservation of energy resources. Why do we need to conserve our energy resources? Here are some reasons. First, energy is the basic requirement for economic development. Every sector of the economy needs for its development. It may be the primary, secondary, tertiary. All the sectors need the help of energy to sustain themselves. Most of the energy resources are limited. If we use it in abundance, it will get exhausted. Due to industrialization, modernization, and urbanization, the consumption of energy in all forms has been steadily rising all over the country. Not only in our country, but all over the world. So these are some reasons why we need to conserve our energy resources. Now, here we have some of the methods to conserve energy resources. The first one, we need to check and change our personal behaviors. Examples, limit or reduce the use of unnecessary devices. Next, increased and maintained efficiency. We need to choose devices that are most energy efficient. Reduced waste of energy. Example, switch off the lights or televisions or heaters when not required. So these are some methods that we need to inculcate it in order to conserve our energy resources. We need to adopt the concept of sustainable development for the benefit of our future generation. So with this, we will end up our chapter. Thank you so much, students.